Hello, good morning. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the PT on Ice Daily Show. My name is Christina Previtt. I am one of the lead faculty for the modern management of the older adult division. I apologize for coming on a little bit early. I am currently traveling and in Canada, and this was my small window of time where both my kiddos were able to be taken care of by family members and my hubby. And so I am on here early to start talking about creating bridges in GeriPT. Before I do that, our MMOA curriculum has 3 courses. We have our 8-week online essential foundations. Our next course is in August on the 24th is our start date. And then our next cohort, if you have taken essential foundations for advanced concepts, is on the 6th of October. If you are trying to find us live, my next course is in Rockland, Maryland, the 13th, 14th of August. And with our new snazzy website, we have so many courses that are coming up. If you want to take a look, I 100% guarantee we're in your area in the next 6 months because we are on tour and I think I've been to like 16 or 18 states in 2022. So we are on the road. And so we are definitely coming to a spot near you. All right. If you have heard MMOA talk, you know that we are on a mission to change the face of GeriPT with us specifically tackling this underdosage conversation. We talk about how we have a pandemic of underdosage for clinicians with respect to how we are treating our older adults. And we have 2 reasons why underdosage can be dangerous. And yes, we say dangerous. And number 1 is that our older adults need to have the appropriate stimulus in order for them to drive change. And if they stay at their current level, or if they continue to decline because we are not giving them the appropriate stimulus, then we are flirting with loss of independence. The second reason and why what I'm going to be talking about today, exactly 100%. And what I'm going to be talking about today is that our underdosed exercises aren't usually that we're giving them too little load on the deadlift, which is picking something off the ground, or that we're not doing enough reps of floor transfers, right? When we're thinking about this underdosage conversation, we are oftentimes thinking about seated thorax, with exercises at a set and rep schema, but at a exercise selection side that is not mimicking the activities that our older adults are doing. So in that way, we are not creating bridges of understanding for our older adults about how PT, OT, allied health is going to help them. And if we are not building that bike, if we are not showing what positive influence we are going to have on our patients, then this is when we start saying, well, none of my patients are doing any of their exercises. Is that a patient problem, or have we not appropriately set the stage for why this is important and shown them that this, if you do this, then your capacity is going to allow you to do this? And so we need to start creating bridges. We need to really make it clear why we are doing what we are doing. And the first way that we're going to start to see that, you can see my daughter right there. The first way that we're going to be able to do that is to be unbelievably curious about what is truly important and what successful aging means to our patients. Getting increase in strength, increase endurance, getting back to PLOF. We've talked about these things and how they are just not good enough with respect to getting a good idea of what is important to our patients. We need to keep asking questions. We need to figure out what that patient goal is. Are they having trouble with transferring in the bathroom and that is making them really embarrassed, or it's creating a change in the dynamic of their relationship with their spouse? And that is something that is a source of shame for them, or something that is really kind of eating at them and something that is creating a lot of feelings of uneasiness or sadness. What is their goal? It has to be specific, right? We got hit with a SMART goals in probably our undergraduate degrees and in our DPT degrees. And It's just so important. So how are we going to create that bridge? So first we have to figure out what that bridge is, right? Is our exercise program bridging to? What are we showing from an increase in function perspective? And this is where we have so much to gain from our OT colleagues, right? They are really in that lens all the time, and we should be too, and we are, but sometimes they just have so much like keen insights to give to us so that we can be working together. What is that exercise, or what is that goal? What is that specific goal? And then once you have that, the magic can happen because we can start to really clearly create that bridge. So, my challenge to you all, if I was going to look at your charts, so I was going to pick a random client of yours who is over the age of 65, I was going to take your intake paperwork, I was going to find their goal. Number one, would it be specific enough? That's question one. Now we're going to assume that yes, it is. I'm going to put that goal on the top of the last day that you were with them, your treatment intervention. And I am going to look at the exercises that you prescribed. And I'm going to look at the sets and repetitions that you prescribed for them. And then I'm going to look at the way that their home exercise has been thought of. If I was to do that, would the bridge be clear? If I was to take your goal, put it at the top of your chart, look at your intervention, would it be clear to me that the exercises that you chose directly related back to that goal? Because if their goal is to be able to take their plate using their walker from their living room to their kitchen, and you are giving adductor ball squeezes, that bridge is no longer clear. And I'm obviously giving an extreme example. And it's not just the exercises that we select, right? If our goal is to increase raw strength, then we should be prescribing sets at higher load, lower volume, so that increase of force development goes up and we have a progressive increase in recruitment of muscular fibers and motor unit integrity and maintenance of motor units that are going to be established by having us working at higher thresholds of load. So then we should be looking at, 3 sets of 6 or under. I would argue that for so many of our clients, strength is their issue. They have clinically relevant amounts of muscular weakness on board, and our exercises are sometimes not hitting the exact goal of the patient. So that's number one. If I was to do an audit, I was to come in and I was going to put that goal at the top, and then I'm looking at your exercises, would that bridge be clear? And now the second thing is that clear to your patient? Have you highlighted, look, we are doing these sit to stands. It's going to make it so much easier for you to go out to a restaurant and get up out of that chair without you needing your daughter to help hoist you out of that chair because your legs have lost the strength that they need in order for you to participate in the community. Make the bridge clear. That is the first bridge that we are going to try and create within geriatric practice. The second bridge that I want to talk about is the discharge bridge to continued activity. When we think about our interventions of care, when do we start thinking about discharge planning with respect to health promotion, right? We are trying to be guides to the land of fitness, right? Jeff Moore said, how fit will you let me get you? And not every patient is going to, get up to those NSCA or ACSM guidelines. However, our goal is to impart the true knowledge that exercise and movement, reducing sedentary time, is the wonder drug for successful aging and should be just as important as your cardiovascular meds, because both of them are going to increase your resiliency and both of them are going to allow you to do the things that you want to be able to do. So is our bridge after our intervention, keep doing your exercises. You're doing awesome. Let me know if you have any questions. Peace. And this is hard, and I am not perfect at this. 100% not perfect at this. right? There are so many things that we're trying to figure out. We're doing paperwork and documentation up the wazoo. We need to start planting the seed for continued activity and creating self-efficacy on the side of our patients very early, right? If we are always using our hands when we are teaching exercises, we have now taught our patients that they need to rely on us to know where their body is in space and that they can't do this when we're not there. So we're taking our hands off of our patients is one way that we're going to create bridges to self-efficacy and fitness when we are not there. Having them recognize how to progress exercise, when to progress exercise, how it's supposed to feel, giving them, writing out your exercises on a whiteboard and getting them, taking pictures of them. And now they have, 8 or 10 exercises, or maybe 6, depending on how many visits you get, that they can replicate at home. And you're doing deadlifts with kettlebells in the clinic, you're going to tell them what in their house they can use to do the same thing at home. You're going to put the YouTube links on their iPad or phone before they leave the clinic and say, I want you to try and do this video twice before you come back. Because it's much more fun and you're more likely to get it when you have somebody else engaging with you, even if it is a static video. We're going to start that early. We're going to do drops in the bucket, right? We're not going to start, preaching and harping on health promotion right at the very beginning. But we're going to role model physical activity, and then we're going to talk about our weekend, and then we're going to talk about all the exercises we're doing, and then we're going to be like, hey, how's it going with your home exercises? Are they starting to get easy yet? Do I need to make them harder? How do you think we can make them harder? We can start creating that bridge. And then when we hit that discharge, it's not the first time that individuals are hearing about the fact that they're going to continue doing exercise. And let's face it, look, we don't have a movement problem in our society. We have a lack of movement problem. You've heard me say this over and over again. But we have a role to play there as clinicians, as allied health professionals that spend so much time with our older adults. We need to do a better job of creating bridges, right? Bridges of understanding of why we are doing what we are doing, so that our patients know that the things that they are doing are going to translate into things that are important to them. That's bridge number 1. Bridge number 2 is that we need to recognize that discharge planning starts early with respect to how we are going to improve the self-efficacy of our patient so that they truly believe that they can continue doing what they are doing in therapy when we are not there. Because if they feel like they need us to help them, that they need us to do it, we've missed a mark. We've missed an opportunity to improve self-efficacy and put independence on our patients. And aging, especially aging when sick, is a series of losses. Oftentimes it's perceived as a series of losses. And so we need to really think about that and put control back on our patient and try to build the bridge and make that bridge clear. All right, that's what I got for you all for today. I hope you enjoyed me rambling on about bridging the gap in GeriPT. If you are looking to get more content in our MMOA division, we are every 2 weeks we have our MMOA digest. So we bring all of the updated literature coming into the GeriPT space. We put it into a Geri specific email. It goes out every 2 weeks on Friday morning. If you are interested, make sure you go to ptionice.com/resources, sign up, and we will see you all very soon. You're very welcome. I apologize for going on a little bit early. You saw my daughter's head pop up. So we are trying to corral the troops this morning. And so I appreciate your understanding. We will talk soon. Have a wonderful week, everyone.